Was in the house I grew up in, locking every door, pacing across the floor. I was racing with my heart, my mind and body pulled apart, a frenzy of fear caught in my clammy palms, hoping to keep the boy out as he circled the house, looking for a way in, not sure what he was planning, but I trusted my fear, anticipating some kind of horror was awaiting, so I secured every way in, trying to keep myself safe, felt a little tension escape, yet each breath I could still taste, and I could still feel my pulse vibrate, oscillating at such a rate it became silence. Against all reason, there he was standing in my living room, slowly approaching, holding a steak knife. Neither of us spoke, but the silence said, one of us has to die. There was no doubt in my mind that the boy was weaker than I. I defied time to arrive in the kitchen, armed myself with a butter knife.
Wise choice. Alright, survival instincts on fire.
He moved as if he was partly paralyzed, the exact opposite of all the other times when I was the victim fighting to stay alive. I caught him in my arms, held him close for a while. I don't want to be a killer, but I am conditioned to fight. So I lost my mind and found my knife without a second guess. I cut across his neck, paused to check. Yes, blood was dripping, mixing with my sweat. I had to cut him twice, tough like a turkey dinner slice.
Right on.
Nice.
My power painting the night, a river of red fled. I had to be certain no more life could be bled. The job was done. Inside, I felt like nobody had won, sick, not from the gory scene, but from the recognition that I am not what I seem. And then I realized the purpose of this dream, that this is the state of humanity when we believe we are under threat. We kill little boys without good reason, only with regret. When survival of the fittest projects its knife up to our necks and we are taught to suppress the pain seeping from our chest, the truth appears in the midst of this bloody, awful mess. I am just as capable as the murderers that I refuse to digest, and when I judge another, it's actually myself that I reject. We are all capable of horror and treason when we are pressed. I wish I could unfeel these feelings, but I am not exempt. Hard to believe I could be a killer, but the evidence so clearly reflects. Check the outcomes of psych experiments and history's treasure chest. What happens to our compassion when we become oppressed? You can tell yourself you are pure and righteous, better than the rest. I'm not interested in pretenses or covering myself in lies to feel a little less. I will not save myself from judgment, condemnation, or arrest. Can't claim I'm not guilty just because I haven't yet been put to the test. We are programmed to survive, and circumstances are not always the best. Salvation only seems possible when I accept myself as the threat. On the quest to madness, ignorance is the first and most important step.